Hi, I'm Gemma from This Holy Heart, and I wanted to share a bit of an update on my Mars year. Um, when it was my birthday, I recorded some videos about how I was using astrology to look at the year that I had just lived and the year that I was stepping into. And the year that I was stepping into was like an Aries Mars year, fifth house perfection year. And so I spoke a lot about how I intended to work with Mars during this year, and here we are. And there's a few changes that I wanted to share with you. Just a couple of things that I really struggled to do before, but that have, we're only like a month into my Mars year, and they have clicked into place, and my priorities have shifted a little bit. And so I wanted to share some of that with you. So, the first things that I wanted to share with you are pretty visible. The outside expression of this Mars year. I dyed my hair like this bright copper red. Now, I used to have hair this color like 10 years ago. And for the past few years, like probably for the past 5 or so years, I have been trying to transition to like embracing my age and letting my gray hair grow in and stepping into that like mature version of myself. And for a minute I've been thinking, oh, I do miss having red hair. It was kind of fun. And yeah, and so we're like a month into my Mars year and my hair is now like this bright copper red again. Which is, I'm still sort of getting used to it. I keep looking in the mirror and being like, whoa, that is a version of me that I have not seen for a minute, but I kind of like her. She was fun. So yeah, that's been a fun change. I had red hair when I got married, and it's been nearly 8 years now. So this is probably the most visible change, and I only did it last week, and I keep walking into rooms with people and they're like, who's the redhead? And it's making me feel a little bit insecure about it, or like reactions are quite extreme, and I'm like, just avert your eyes, avert your eyes. I'll try not to blind you with my redness. But I think once people get used to it, I'll stop feeling so insecure and visibly red. But yeah, this is the beginnings. Also, you may have noticed the wall. This space has been driving me crazy for the longest time. But finding time to paint a room with 3 young children and like really limited time to work or to, exist, do anything. It's really difficult to find time to prioritize that. And so I haven't really prioritized it. I've been prioritizing other things. And realistically, looking back, how many of those other things were really more of a priority than the space that I'm filming that is immortalized on YouTube forever? It's not an ideal space. I'll give you that. There's like a door here and it's not perfect. But for the longest time, there's been like marks where we like filled in holes in the wall and just not bothered to paint it. And over here, there's still a wall with like scribbles on it because I only painted one wall. But maybe I'll get around to the others later this year. I mean, we've got a whole year to go, so maybe painting is going to be a thing. But it is nice. I like that color. Do you like that color? So yeah. We still need to work on the furniture situation. The bookshelves there don't really work, but it's a start, and it shows this real shift in priorities that I wasn't quite expecting. But like thinking about what is actually the long-term gain here, rather than trying to like do all of the things, being really intentional about, because that was my goal this year. To be really intentional about boundaries, about using my energy wisely, about not having all these energy leaks. And I really see that coming through in like unexpected ways. And this is one of them. As I was painting this wall, I was also preparing for a workshop that I was hosting. And I was thinking, like, there probably won't be another day that's as good as this. I had childcare for a whole day to paint a wall. And there's, like, most of me would have defaulted to, working on workshop stuff, like scheduling emails and preparing my slides. And I decided that I would spend less time on that and more time on the wall. And that the long-term gain from that is actually better. And it really feels like stepping into this identity work versus busy work. So where I could have been doing more stuff, I was trying to create the space that the version of me that I want to be would be in. And although I would have liked to have spent more time like being really thoughtful and present when I was writing my emails, they were a bit of a rush, but there was a trade-off there, and it felt like the right trade-off for this version of me. And so, yeah. And then in the future, like this, every video, this background. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too, because I know that you're excited about green walls. I don't know. Anyway, it's a thing that's happened. So for my birthday, I went to Stonehenge with my friend. And I spoke about this in the video, but it hadn't happened yet. So now it's happened. I went to Stonehenge. We went super duper early, just after the sunrise, but like whilst it was still really early in the morning and the sun was still shining through the stones, and it was very beautiful. And I went with my best friend and we spent some time around the stones, just being. There's something really, really magical about being at Stonehenge, being close to these big ancient stones, and the experience paths where you actually get to go in the stones early in the morning it's a really magical experience. And so we did that. There's a stone at Stonehenge which has fallen. It's got a high iron content, so it creates these like when there's like rain on it, it creates these pools of like orange, like bloody water, which is why it was called the Slaughter Stone. Just this like irony rich red water that pools on it. And as we were walking around, I was like, that's where I need to be making my offering to Mars. So I had some water that I collected from Chalice Well that I wanted to pour out for Mars there. And so I poured that out by the Slaughter Stone at Stonehenge, and it was a really magical moment. And the Slaughter Stone is just like a little bit outside of the stone circle, and so it was like quiet, and I was able to be alone and to just spend a moment there, which was really lovely. And then after the being with the stones and spending time in their presence, we went to the visitor centre at Stonehenge and pulled some tarot cards in the cafe, me and my best friend. And I did this Celtic cross spread for my year ahead, for my 41st year on this earth. And some of the themes that came through were very much around protecting my energy, around stepping away from the busy work and doing the things that really matter with my life with this year. A clear thread that ran through that tarot spread was about choosing what I give my energy to, about being really intentional with that. So that has really shaped how I've moved forwards. And at the time when I was thinking about what that means, I think so often when I do these big year ahead tarot spreads or spreads that cover a lot of time, there's really important themes to hold on to. And the first thing I do is like, okay, so what do I do next? What do I do? How does this affect the way that I'm living my life? What do I change? What can I do with it? And so I spent a long time in the weeds of like, okay, so what does this thread mean, this tarot spread mean about how I should be showing up? Should I still be doing YouTube? Is YouTube working? Is this what I want to do with my life? How should I be showing up in my work? How many times a week should I be posting on Instagram? Like those little tiny details that I expected to have some kind of answer in my tarot spread. And it was very much like, be intentional about where your energy goes. But what does that mean? What does that mean about how I live my life, how I run my business, about what I do with my time, about how I parent, how I homeschool, about what does it mean about all of these things? And yeah, so I did the spread and then I was like, okay, I have a lot of questions here. And this spread hasn't answered any of my questions. And yet also, it answered all of my flipping questions. I was listening to like my mind going. So now that I've had a minute to integrate all of this, I have shifted the way that I work massively. And it sort of just happened, like all of the wisdom to make that happen just landed in my body when I was ready for it. When I stopped being like all up in my head and just let it settle somewhere deeper. And so I am now, instead of like worrying about having a to-do list, I've created a 6 weekly cycle. So instead of trying to post YouTube videos every week or even a couple of times a month, I have decided that I'm just going to do a 6 weekly myth circle video. I don't know if you watched the other videos on my channel, but my most popular videos so far have been these myth circles, the myth of 2026 workshop videos where I spoke about astrology through the lens of myth. And I really enjoy putting those together. So I have just taught one on Artemis and your moon sign. And so I'm going to do that every 6 weeks. And I've created this rhythm that feels really elegant right now that I haven't really used. So we'll see how the next 6 weeks go. But I'm planning to do another workshop in the future. Depending on when you see this, you may still have time to vote on what that myth circle is about, like what myth we follow, what astrological aspects we dig into, and there'll probably be somewhere to sign up, somewhere on my website if you're interested too. But the plan is that every 6 weeks I will create space to sort out my diary so that I have slots for reading, like a limited number of slots for readings, and that I am working towards putting together a myth circle that will happen once every 6 weeks when I've got like proper free days, so when I can pick my kids into childcare. So that feels like a really elegant solution to remove some of these like energy leaks that I was filling my mind, my work up with. So yeah, that's really fun and sort of just happened. And it's really I wonder how much of this is clarity always lands for me this time of year. I don't know about you, but through the winter, there's this kind of energy slows down. Just all of the energy slows down. And we're moving through this space of rest and recovery and allowing things to die, shedding. And then we move into the space of spring where everything is like so much more alive and ready to be birthed. And there's always a clarity that lands just around Aries season, everything sort of falls into place in a way that I didn't have it all mapped out before. And so obviously this has happened. My birthday is on the equinox just before Aries season. So around about my birthday, it is that point where suddenly clarity comes my way. So there is a combination of things here, I'm sure. But also this feels very aligned with my intentions for this year, my intentions for my Mars year, and pursuing clarity, avoiding energy leaks, being more mindful about where my energy goes and how I use it. And so yeah, thank you for following along with this Mars year update. I hope that I will have much more to share with you as the year goes on, and that we'll have a whole playlist of documentation of what my Mars year looked like. And if you're interested in joining me for a myth circle, I do teach them live, so you can show up and ask me questions about your own chart. There will be details in the description, and updates on my Instagram probably is the best place to go, or on my website. I will make sure that there is something on there about my next myth circle. And thank you so much for joining me for this. And if you want to book a reading, also available in the description. Just click the link.